It was my sister's idea to get a horse. I think I was in second grade, and she convinced me to ask my dad if we could have a horse. He said that we had to save our money up and then we could get one. So it was like 4 years later, I was 11, when we brought our first pony slash horse home. And you can see her pictured here. I learned to ride bareback with a halter and lead ropes. I don't know who was more stubborn, her or I. And I think a couple years later, I went to my first rodeo. Our family did. It was put on by J Bar J Rodeo Company in Elkhart, Indiana. And I seen barrel racing for the first time. I was hooked. My goal became to compete and win a national championship. I lived this goal, breathed this goal for years. Everything I did, almost everything I did, was based on that goal. It became such a driving force. I rode different horses. I trained. I owned different horses. I analyzed. I strategized. In 2011, I had a horse that I thought maybe would take me farther than I've ever gone before. I was qualified for a national show, and I was training him to go. One afternoon, I came off of him sustaining a TBI, or a traumatic brain injury. My takeaway from that was almost dying was not worth my dream. My love of new life that I had in goats through my teenage years carried over to horses. I mean, I never lost any of that. And I ended up spending 5 years at a foaling and breeding barn owned by veterinarians, and got to enjoy horses in a different way than I did when I was barrel racing. In 2015, I had the opportunity to go to the Kentucky Horse Park and compete in the Thoroughbred Makeover. A lot of people may have heard of that by now. This was the first year they had it at the horse park. And so I took a off-the-track thoroughbred who had raced in Indiana, Navajo Bow, to the park. More on that next time. If you like these kind of stories, be sure to check out the Homestead Documentary. There's a link in the caption, and you can learn more about how other people are making homesteading work for them.